Jumagul lives in a country in Central Asia where many Christians are secret believers. Her daughters discovered the gospel while they were away at university. And then Jumagul began to hear about Jesus through one of her daughter's friends.
She started to share about the gospel and worship. I listened to God's words. I started crying and couldn't stop. And I got so excited to go to a secret house church meeting the next Sunday. On that Sunday, I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to church. My husband didn't like it, and he was scolding me, saying bad words.
Jumagul didn't suffer only verbal abuse. Her husband also physically assaulted her.
As I was talking to my husband, he kicked me so hard that I fell 3 meters away. I got up and said to him, "I still forgive you anyway."
Jumagul's husband was imprisoned for beating her and other offences.
After my husband spent 5 years in jail, he returned home as an alcoholic. 1 month later, his mother passed away. 7 days later, he stabbed me. He came up to me with a huge knife, a butcher's knife, and he stabbed me. But that day I was wearing so many clothes, it was like I had on a thick coat. That's why the knife missed my heart by about 1 centimetre. When the police came, I didn't tell them that he had injured me. I was unconscious in hospital for 5 days, and I spent a total of 25 days in hospital.
Because of his alcoholism, Jumagul's husband was also hospitalised. The doctors gave him just days to live.
I started crying and went to my fellow believers. After we prayed for his healing, he got better and left the hospital. He lived for 6 more years after the doctor said he would pass away. And my husband understood what had happened. One pastor started to have conversations with him, and my fellow believers visited him often. He really understood everything fully. He experienced that God is living, that he exists. He would drive me to gatherings at church, and later he joined me in attending the secret church meetings. He apologised to me, saying he was wrong. He felt really bad. He repented and stopped drinking. He asked me to forgive him. And for the last 6 years of his life, we were really happy together.
Christians in Central Asia face pressure from family and community members. But even though she is persecuted, Jumagul will not give up her faith.
Everybody started to threaten me and tried to force me to forsake God. But I answered, I won't. The mullah forced me to repeat after him in Arabic, "There is no God but Allah." I said to him, "I can pray to my God in a language that I understand. He blessed me. He hears me. He gives me his mercy. So why should I tell God something I do not understand? I can never find this peace anywhere else. That's why I will never reject my God. I want many people to experience that Jesus is Lord. He is the source of peace."
Praise God for Jumagul's enduring faith. Thank God that her husband came to faith too, and that they could live peacefully together for the remainder of his life. Please keep praying for Jumagul as she witnesses about Jesus to those in her community, despite the risks. Pray for Christians across the Central Asian region to stand strong in the face of threats, exclusion and violence from family and community members.